The desert sun was harsh. Its rays carved shadows across the jagged cliffs of Coron Ridge. The wind screamed through the valleys, carrying sand like blades. Among the rocks, a figure ran, a lone warrior. She carried a spear, broken at the shaft. Her armor was scorched and battered. Her breaths came in ragged gasps. She was Alira, one of the last of the Skyward Sentinels. Her people had protected the outer worlds for centuries. But today, the invaders had come in overwhelming force. Dozens of war machines hunted them. Her comrades had fallen, one by one. Only she remained. A shadow moved behind the rocks. It was him, Kale, a human from a distant world. He had come as a traveler, curious about the legends of Coron Ridge. He carried nothing but a pack and a blade. Humans were known across the galaxies for their audacity. They were fragile, yes, but they were unpredictable, dangerous in ways no one expected. Alira stumbled, dropping her broken spear. A monstrous war droid loomed above her. Its optic sensors glowed red. It raised its cannon. Death was certain. Kale did not hesitate. He lunged forward. With hands that were small but firm, he lifted the broken spear. He did not know its weight, its balance, or its purpose. He did not know Alira's people. He only knew that the warrior in front of him was about to die. He braced, and the droid fell. The force was not entirely his. The spear shuddered as if alive, sending a pulse through Kale's arm. It pierced the droid, striking its core. Sparks flew. The machine collapsed in a heap. Alira blinked. Her eyes widened. You raised it, she whispered. Kale shrugged, trying to hide his own shock. I just wanted to keep you alive, he said. Alira stared at him. There was awe in her gaze, but also fear. The spear she had wielded for years had never chosen another. Its bond was sacred. Every Skyward Sentinel carried a weapon only they could command. To see it obey a human, it was unthinkable. You are its chosen, she said finally. Her voice trembled. The law of the ancients. It has chosen you. Kale frowned. Chosen me for what? Alira shook her head. I do not know, but the spear will not lie. It binds itself only to the one destined to wield it in defense of the sentinel it marks. Kale felt the spear's pulse in his hands. It was alive, humming with power. Images flashed before his eyes. Battles, victories, sacrifices. The history of the Skyward Sentinels flowed into him. The droid's destruction had been just the beginning. Alira helped him to his feet. We must move, she said. The invaders will return, and more are coming. Kale adjusted the spear in his grip. He felt clumsy, but he also felt something else, strength, a strange connection, as if the weapon had been waiting for him all his life. The next hours were a blur. Sandstorms tore at their faces. War machines descended from the cliffs. Alira fought alongside him, but Kale's strikes were deadly. He moved with a precision that surprised even him. Every swing, every thrust, carried the weight of centuries. The spear guided him, and he guided it. The invaders began to retreat. Their leader, a towering mech known as Herak Prime, descended from the sky. Its voice was mechanical, distorted, and cold. The human interferes. He shall be eliminated. Kale's heart raced, but the spear thrummed with reassurance. It was no longer just a weapon. It was a part of him. He raised it high, feeling its energy surge through him. The battle was brutal. Herak Prime struck with crushing force. Kale dodged, blocked, countered. Each movement was instinctual, flawless. Sparks flew. Metal screamed. The desert trembled under the onslaught. Alira fought beside him, her eyes wide with disbelief. The human, fragile in form, fought like a god among machines. Every strike he landed was precise, every defense unyielding. Finally, Kale saw an opening. Herak Prime's core glowed. He lunged, the spear guided by unseen hands. It pierced the mech. Energy erupted. Light tore across the sky. The machine exploded, sending a shockwave that threw both Kale and Alira to the ground. Silence followed. The wind settled. The sun broke through the clouds. Kale stood, holding the spear. It glowed faintly, then returned to its resting pulse. Alira approached him. Her face was wet with sweat and sand. She looked at him with a mixture of awe and gratitude. "You have done what no sentinel could," she said. "You are not just chosen, you are worthy." Kale shook his head. "I just did what anyone would do," he said. But inside, he knew it was more than that. The spear had chosen him. The ancients had marked him. His life had changed forever. Days passed. Kale learned the ways of the skyward sentinels. The spear guided him. Alira trained him. Slowly, he became more than a human traveler. He became a warrior, a defender, a protector of worlds. The other sentinels were wary at first. A human among them was unprecedented. But Kale's courage and skill silenced doubt. His actions spoke louder than words. He became a legend in their ranks. One night, as the twin moons of Corin Ridge rose, Alira approached him. "Do you understand now?" she asked. Kale nodded. "I am the chosen one," he said. "But not for myself. For you, for your people, for everyone who cannot defend themselves." Alira smiled, her eyes reflecting the moons. "Then we fight together, always." The invaders would return. The galaxies were vast and filled with threats. But Kale did not fear them. He had the spear, he had the bond, and he had Alira at his side. Together, they were unstoppable. As dawn broke, Kale stood atop the cliffs. The desert stretched endlessly before him. He held the spear high. It pulsed in harmony with his heartbeat. The law of the ancients had chosen him, and he would not fail. The wind carried his promise across the ridges, across the worlds, across the stars. A human had risen. A human had become the chosen, and the universe would remember his name.